Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here. Once again, we're back in Beam. And today, some different mods today. I do other mods as well, not just for CRD, so we're going to be taking a look at those today. First of all, the T-Series. This is a stock T-Series. Pretty much it's the Patriot, but I have gone ahead and added the big boy exhaust, and I have added the best turbo you can add to the stock engine. Why? We're going to do a test. We have the heaviest fuel trailer there, 34,000 liters. 34,500 kilograms. So it's pretty heavy. Just a bit, one could say. And we're going to see how well a stock T-Series does up the hills of West Coast USA for reference. So go ahead. Hook her up there. And I know these are going to be some difficult to climb hills, so if we do G, we should be able to raise it as much as possible. Granted, because we have so much weight on it, it's not much, but even an inch can help. So let's go ahead and try this out. We have the 12-speed gearbox. Until we start getting up the hills, I'm just going to be skipping through the gears. And we could do this one, but I think the one down here by the wall is steeper. So this is what we're going to be using to test, and also because I missed that first turn, because I'm bad. Need to be very careful of tipping over, you see there. Alright, with third gear, we can get up it. The game wants us to stop at the stop sign. We are going to be doing the opposite of that. Can I use fourth gear? Looks like I can use fourth gear. It's not as stable as speed, but just revving it out in third, maybe less ideal. But here we can see, even with the heaviest load, we're rolling coal, but we can do it. And there we go. We have made it up to the top of the hill. Very nice. I'm going to detach the trailer here. Because, let's go ahead and take a look at the first change I've done. I've done a frame add-on, and I've done an engine add-on. So, let's take a look. If we go to the engine here, take a look at that. We have the good old 540 Merlin engine from the Monster Truck. Yep. If you forgot, I have a mod for adding the Merlin to other vehicles called the 540 Gavril pack. And now, since this is a Gavril T-Series, it fits right in. Let's go ahead and rip off that hood and take a quick look. There we go. Take a look at that. Got the headers on the side and the intake connected to the side filters, so that's cool. Now with 1500 horsepower, how will we do? Granted, we have less torque. We have 13 or 1400 foot-pounds torque instead of 2000 that we had before. Go ahead and make sure it's raised all the way up. This engine is lighter, and it has more horsepower, but how will it do carrying a super heavy load? So because this is an engine that revs so much, it's going to be quite interesting. We're probably not even going to have to shift all the way up the gears, so we only have, what, 4 or 5 gears this time? Yeah, only 4 gears this time. But because, you know, we're much more revvy, we'll effectively have about the same amount of speed as the stock engine. But let's see, how will we do going up the hill? It's doing it, but it's not gaining speed up the hill like it did before. How will we do over the hill here? I'll try to give it a bit of a rev while we're on the flat. Temperature is going up. Oh no. We have stalled out. And we're rolling back. No. What? I thought the Merlin could do it. It's just a tanker trailer. Okay, we will give it another go. It's such a weird sound coming from a T-Series, isn't it? Wow, okay. I guess for towing, the Merlin is no good. Or at least the gearbox I have for it is no good, because if we detach the trailer here and then set off, we'll see that we are a burnout ripping machine. We can drift it. We can have a lot of fun with this engine in this truck, but we cannot work with it. What the heck? Boing. Yeah, going up the hill is no problem. We take it as jumps, not as a road. But for towing, at least with this gearbox, it's no good. We need at least a higher first gear, or higher geared first gear, you know? Whee! Owie. Rip. Okay, well that did not work in our favor, I will be honest. But here is something that should. Let's take a look. If we go to save and load, we have quite a few presets. What are these? Well, I'll go ahead and show you one of the funnier ones here. We have multiple 540 cubic inch Merlin presets here, and one of them is for the mixer. Yep, I had to do it. It was like such a neat idea. And it's a heavy truck, but we can get moving unlike the big trailer. We need to be quite mindful of falling over. In fact, I'll probably lower it in the back so that we can have maybe that inch more stability. And now we have no problem getting up the hill. We even take it as a jump with the mixer. Look at that. I'll show one more 540 preset. We have a hauler, which is just what I showed before with the, long haul special, but with the 540 engine. We do also have the 540 Merlin delivery. And this is for when you hit same day shipping, but it's 11:50 p.m. So something needs to get to you in 10 minutes. Well, let's take a look at this. I don't think we can have a load in the back of this unless we manually put one in. But I don't know, pretend it's a truck full of BKT tires. And you need it right now. Dang. Well, you can pretend that didn't happen. But let's get into the potatoes and beans of this episode. Here, we have some extended options. What are these? This is a new frame option I made. And you're looking at this, where's the truck? Oh, there it is. Why is it all the way over there? What happened? Let's take a look. We have a super extended frame. We have super huge fuel tanks. We have 540 gallons of fuel, 2,000 liters. And this preset runs a max power stock engine tune, but there is another engine we can't have for it. I'll get to that in a minute. I have the camera, moved back because it's such a long truck. But with the uplift there, the fifth wheel, we are still fully compatible. So this is the same as the stock engine, just with now a much heavier frame. With the heavier frame, should be more stable, and with a longer wheelbase, we should be able to, you know, better handle any weight in back because it's less affecting the front now. However, we do have a longer turning radius now. And of course we're longer, so we could be more susceptible to tipping. Let's see how we do up the hill in 4th gear. We're doing about the same. We're not going as fast, of course, because we are heavier than before. Like, we're doing about 20, like, stably up the hill in 4th gear before, and now we're dropping to, like, 18. We're heavier, but we have the same engine. Yeah, you could call this a resounding success. No issues for the long truck. Not even getting bottomed out on the, you know, flat spots in the hill. Whatever you call that, the high center. Look at that. Very nice for the long frame T-Series. Let's go ahead and see what options we can play with here. I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna detach the trailer so I can take a look here. That trailer's having a fun time. We take a look here. We have the V12 Super Extended Frame. V12, what the heck? Well, yes, we have other options. Not only do we have the 540 Merlin engine, but we also have a massive V12 from adjustable add-ons. Not adjustable add-ons, specialized add-ons. And there it is. Oh my goodness. Now I put this engine in the T-Series because I thought it would be a cool idea to have a semi-truck with the same, you know, special engine as what's in the trucks it's hauling. So, for instance, old Reliable, the monster truck that Redline has and helped me out with this engine in it. Now, its hauling truck can have the same feature. I just thought it would be neat like that. This engine is stupidly powerful and torquey. Take a look at some of its options here. It's a little bit loud. Got the open headers, we have the rev limiter, we have the supercharger, and we have 2 gearbox options. We have one for the towing and one for a high speed. I'll show you the high speed one later. There's not enough runway here in order for it to go. Oh yeah, that's right. I did forget to add one part. If we go over to the frame, go to the radiator, we do have a race radiator option for this engine and any engine for the T-Series because it fits in the stock frame. But now we shouldn't overheat immediately like we just did there. We have a lot of smoke pouring out. Now this is very loud, and it's also quite deceiving how fast it can go. Let's just say that. What were we doing before? About 20 miles an hour up the hill here. Let's see what we can do now. Well, let's not forget this is a much heavier engine than before. But we do have a lot more power. We're doing 24 up the hill now. That's cool. And we are still gaining speed up to 27. And now 30. Very nice. So, who knew trucking, you know, another 30 liters of engine at a problem would make it more powerful and easy to climb up big hills? And for whatever reason, I found that when modding the T-Series that its brakes suck. And by that I mean, if you hit the gas and then get on the brakes, it won't get on the brakes. What you need to do is get off the brakes and then right back on them in order for them to activate. I think that's something to do with the ABS, so I have removed ABS on all my T-Series mod presets. And it does lead to wheel lockups, but at least, you know, you have brakes. Like, you can stop for the stop sign here. I don't know what's going on with the camera there, but then you can easily drive along and keep going. That's enough with the trailer for now. We can go ahead and leave that behind. We're going on an adventure now. Whee! These tires are really grippy in the back, both for on-road and off-road. We have bent the frame because the engine's so heavy, but we're trying to get to the highway. What's the best way to the highway? Probably up there. Oh, okay. The back tires said no. Oh yeah, that's why. Because like the center diff isn't locked, so they were able to spin at a much higher speed. That's why that one went goodbye. We seem to have recaptured this one just fine. This is not the way to the highway, so I will just teleport to it. If we take a look, the highway to the highway is right down here. I guess I could have made a quick U-turn in order to get to it, but too much effort. Will it fit through here? It's the same width as a T-Series, so in theory it's fine. Very nice. Let's take a look at some of the other V12 presets, because I have a few of them. The one that we're doing here is based off the towing platform. So extended frame towing. But if we do extended frame drift, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at what's different here with the parts. Oh, come on, Beam. I didn't do anything. Why are you freezing on me? There we go. We go to the engine here. We see we do have the top speed transmission. And with the engine, we have much more revs, and we have 3,000 horsepower. Yep, just a little bit of power. We have very quick to spin up the tires because we have a less aggressive torque converter. Let's see how fast we can really go with this setup. Here comes 200. That was quite easy. Now, if we had enough runway, I do believe we could hit 300 miles an hour. This is not the map for that, though. We need to go to Special Stage Route B for that. Or is there like a infinite void we can drive out to on here, on this map, to test out top speed for reals? I'm going to pretend that's a yes answer. Let's see what happens once we fall down here to oblivion. Dang. Okay. That's the trailer. Alright, let's go to Special Stage Route B. And here we are. Special Stage Route B is a 60 mile long highway. So, we can really test out some speed attempts here. Let's see what the drifting setup can do. It's obviously like made more for just spinning the tires and having fun around corners. You know, for as big of a truck as this is, you didn't think you could possibly drift, but yep, here it is, drifting pretty effortlessly. But let's straighten up here and see how fast we can go. With 5 gears, how fast can we go? 5th gear is like pretty overdriven, I think. So it'll really decrease the revs, but once we get past, I don't know, 2,500 RPM, we'll be pretty well in the boost range and can go flying. Oh, look at that, we're above 3,000, even better. This is a centrifugal blower, so it depends on revs, but it doesn't lag if you full power it. So it's kind of a mix of a supercharger that you're used to and a turbocharger that you're used to. And how fast can we go up this? It looks like about 255, maybe 260, if we are patient enough. But this setup either doesn't have enough power or there's too much drag because the front of the T-Series is a barn. So yeah. And there we go. However, that's not the end of today's video. There's one final variant I have to show off. I call it the Absolute Destruction. Let's take a look at what on earth this thing is. Oh no. The Absolute Destruction variant has a good amount of power, and it has the front ram plow. But for today's video, let's see what we can do maxing this thing out. If we go over here and turn that supercharger all the way up, let's see what happens. We're going to have 4,600 horsepower, 6,100 foot-pounds of torque. There's only one thing that can be said about this. Oh no! We are instantly just spinning up the tires. We spun the tires up too much. Dang. Let's try that again. Do you have to be mindful of your wheel speed? If you see your speedometer going like to 300 miles an hour, chances are you're not going 300 miles an hour. You're just spinning up the back tires that fast. So get off the power. Then you can get back on once the wheel speed has recovered. There we go, back up the top gear. No wheels escaping this time. Look at that, we're accelerating past 280 now. Here comes 300, yep, 300 miles an hour in the T-Series. Who would have thought? And of course, we have to know what will happen if we hit something at the speed with the ram plow, right? So, now once we're out of the tunnel, I will zoom ahead and spawn something up for us here. Is that going to be far enough? Probably. Let's see what I can spawn up here. Alright, I've spawned up a camper down the road. Gotta go this way a little bit in order to be right on target. There it is. Alright, we have to do a bit of slow-mo to see what will happen here. Absolute destruction. That's what it is. And I think we actually survived the attempt. Well, we would have if I was good at driving. So now we're doing our best Tony Hawk impression. But yeah, that is the T-Series mods I've been working on. We got some insane options for engines and frame options, and of course the race radiator to make any T-Series less likely to overheat. That is it now. I'll see you all in the future. I don't know when this update will come out. It's just 2 mods. The long frame and radiator are specialized add-ons, and the 540 engine is 540 Gavril's. That's it for now. If I have any further updates, of course, I'll go ahead and let you all know. Thanks, Gameboy out. I'll see you all in the future.